See, my dad said keep fighting.
The families of Bertha Isbister, who passed away 9 years ago, and Sharon Bikini share old stories and sort through old photos of days gone by.
Reserve there in Saskatchewan. They were in 1889, 1890, 1891, and 93. 4 kids died.
Yeah, 4, then they started the family over again. And
Right.
They're mourning the recent loss of their mother, grandmother, aunt, and wife, Sharon Bikini, who passed away this summer. She was diagnosed with terminal cancer and died while on a Zoom call for a court hearing regarding her right to Indian status.
And it was July 4th, and my mom passed away that day. The funeral home, they came in, and I said, yeah, you guys can come back in a half hour, an hour later. You know, we're in court, and this was important to my mom.
The story of how Steve Bikini's mother and grandmother had to fight to regain status begins over 100 years ago. That's when Bertha Isbister's father, St. Pierre Cook, accepted Métis script. That immediately invalidated any treaty rights he may have had. But according to lawyer Lucas Lung, there is evidence he was underage at the time and could not legally accept script.
So when we got our hands on the receipt that was issued when the script certificate was redeemed for money, that receipt had William Sifton's signature at the bottom of it. So we had documentary evidence that the actual money was received by somebody who was known to have been a fraudster. So that was helpful in our case. But this was something that was significant in the Sandy Bay Band. It was so significant, it was raised by, believe it or not, John A. Macdonald in Parliament.
3 weeks after Bikini's death, a decision in the case was made.
We won our case. And all my cousins and we're all happy, proud, being recognized for who we are.
Bikini's battle to regain her status started in 1998 when her son Steve applied for it for his grandmother Bertha and his mother Sharon. They were both turned down a number of times, but he kept appealing. Then in 2007, they both gained status as Treaty Indians from Sandy Bay First Nation in Manitoba.
And I was proud of that, so to help them. And then in 2009, INAC sent me another letter saying that they're appealing it and that they're removing them from the register.
According to Lung, the registrar ignored the applicable law.
So if you go back to the early 2000s when they initially said no, and this is the point that we made, like all that this family had to do was put the word protest at the top of their letters to say, hey, you got this wrong. And the decision that was made in 2007 would have been a final decision that the registrar wouldn't have had jurisdiction to revisit in 2009. So it's a very strange statutory scheme.
But the fight isn't over. The Attorney General of Canada appealed the decision, and now surviving family members vow to continue the fight. Alice Harrington says her mother would want that.
That was kind of like everything for her. That validated what she knew, and that she was going to get it, and that she knew that she was Native, and that they shouldn't have did that to her, and she was really happy.
APTN contacted Indigenous Services Canada for comment, but did not receive a response by airtime. Anna Francis, APTN National News, Windsor, Ontario.